Hi everybody, welcome to Weekend Wrap. I'm Dan Illman, taking a look back at last Saturday's Speakeasy Stakes, part of the Breeders' Cup Challenge Series. This race, a win and you're in for the newly created Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf Sprint. We break from the gate and the number one is going to show big speed. That's It's Gonna Hurt, making his turf debut. Now, It's Gonna Hurt is a son of violence. He gets some turf from his broodmare sire, the very versatile City Zip. He won his prior start going into the Speakeasy in an $80,000 maiden claiming race, and he is able to make the lead in this spot rather easily, being chased by the number 2 Whooping Jay, and then the favorite, the number 3 May Never Know, for 2-year-old Guru Wesley Ward, a filly trying the boys. Quick opening quarter, enough for It's Gonna Hurt in this rare 5-furlong dash at Santa Anita. May Never Know's going to attack on the outside right now, and it looks like May Never Know's got a big chance at this. But she kind of is flat in the stretch, and It's Gonna Hurt, despite failing to change leads in the stretch, is not only going to hold off May Never Know, but also a resurgent Whooping Jay who dropped down towards the inside at the quarter pole. It's Gonna Hurt handled turf. I wonder how good this race is overall, however. There really wasn't enough closing. They ran in post position order at the wire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The Super 1, 2, 3, 4 paid $69.71. It's Gonna Hurt earned a 71 buyer speed figure for this performance. He earned a 70 when winning his $80,000 maiden claimer, going 5 furlongs on the dirt. And after the race, his trainer Brian Coroner very non-committal about the Breeders' Cup. Not sure he was going to run It's Gonna Hurt there. He ran here because he said there really aren't a lot of places to run horses that win their maiden for $80,000. They took a shot on the turf, and it paid off very, very well. It's Gonna Hurt, again by violence, out of that City Zip mare, showed good speed and has good speed. What he's going to face if he does decide to go to the Breeders' Cup might just be light years different from a pace and class standpoint. Whooping Jay, the second place finisher in this race, was coming off of a maiden debut win at Los Alamitos on the dirt, and I like the experience he gained in this race. He was prompting in between horses, shuffled back a little bit on the turn when the pace setter got away, dropped to the rail. It was a good experience booster for this horse, but again, I'm really not sure if he's Breeders' Cup ready right now. If I had to take a horse out of this race, and I'm not sure I want to, it might be that filly, the beaten favorite, May Never Know. Gary Stevens after the race said May Never Know was very, very hard to control in the pre-race preliminaries, in the paddock and during the warm-ups, and he said she was a tired horse before the gates even opened up, and we saw her prompt the pace, and she's a filly with big speed. And a lot of folks thought that she was going to make the lead in this spot, and the fact that she didn't, that she let a maiden claimer get to the front on her, maybe Gary is absolutely right. Maybe she was a tired horse before the gates even opened up. She was a bit flat in the stretch. She earned a 68 buyer speed figure. Her buyer speed figures have been flat since her career debut, and I wonder if she was just one of those early Wesley Ward 2-year-olds, those early Keeneland Wesley Ward 2-year-olds, and the rest of the pack is catching up with her. But if she does decide to run in a race like the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Sprint, Turf Sprint, this horse is going to show some speed, and I wouldn't be surprised if she's actually in front at some point. Midnight Mystery finished 4th in this spot. This was a Bob Baffert maiden going from dirt to turf, and that's not really Bob's MO with 2-year-olds. This horse has a pedigree to stretch out, though. He's by Warfront. The Dam was a really nice horse, Midnight Lucky on dirt, multiple Grade 1 winner. I would expect this horse to improve going middle distances, perhaps on the turf. He kicked it in a little bit late here in a race where the pace really just held together, but certainly wasn't supremely impressive. Hartel at 9-5, the second choice in this race. We saw him loom boldly on the far turn, turning into the stretch, and he just flattened out very, very badly. I'm not sure where all these horses fit from a class standpoint, but congratulations to the connections of It's Gonna Hurt, who pays 8-1 in winning the Speakeasy, a Breeders' Cup Challenge Series win and you're in for the newly created Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf Sprint.